Hey coach, welcome back. The previous video looked at the different energy systems and when and how we can develop them. This video will look at the implications of how children grow and develop and what we can do to promote strength development. Yes, you heard me right. We will explore the topic of strength development in children and debunk a few myths along the way. While the potential physical and psychosocial advantages of youth sports participation are well known, there are still some misconceptions about the importance of strength development in children. Research has shown a decline in motor skill performance and physical strength across Europe in the last 10 years. Therefore, it is important that coaches understand how strength development can be incorporated into training practices for children. Okay, so what is strength? Scientifically, muscle strength is defined as the maximum force, torque, or moment developed by a muscle or group of muscles during one maximal voluntary contraction or action. Put more simply, strength is the ability to exert force. Previously, there have been some misconceptions about strength development in children, which may have led to coaches avoiding this type of training. However, there is now a large amount of research and evidence to support the benefits of strength development in children. Importantly, the benefits of correctly prescribed strength training programs with competent supervision and correct coaching of exercise technique have been shown to outweigh any potential risk. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the myths about strength development in children. These include beliefs like 1. Resistance training will stunt children's growth. 2. Youth resistance training is unsafe. 3. Children cannot increase strength. 4. Resistance training is only for young performance athletes. And 5. Weightlifting is inappropriate for young children. Let's explore why these statements are wrong. First, let's see why it is important to develop strength in children. The development of strength in children is important not just for performance benefits, but also for improved health. These include a lower cardiovascular risk profile, better weight control and body composition, increased bone health, enhanced psychological health and well-being, improved motor skill performance such as jumping, throwing and catching. It's related to other physical qualities such as speed and agility, and last but not least, injury reduction. Well, that's good, isn't it? Let's focus now on how strength develops in children. Strength gains occur throughout childhood and adolescence due to growth and maturation. Pre-adolescence, that's before puberty, strength development is due to neural factors rather than hypertrophic factors. So what does this mean? It means that because young children do not have adequate levels of testosterone to stimulate increases in muscle mass, strength increases are due to neural adaptations. Things like 1. Increased motor unit activation. This means more motor units are recruited and there's an increase in contractile strength within the muscle. And 2. Positive changes in motor unit coordination, recruitment and firing, which means an improved ability of the muscles, joints and nerves to work together more efficiently. Up until puberty, strength development in boys and girls is very similar and increases with age due to the mentioned neural factors. During puberty, boys experience a greater development in strength due to an increase in testosterone levels, which leads to increases in muscle mass and strength. In girls, less dramatic increases in muscle hypertrophy are observed during puberty. Such increases are typically due to factors other than testosterone, like growth hormone and insulin-like growth factors. So the key question is, how do we develop strength in young children? Due to both the health and performance benefits, it's important to include strength development as part of a training program for children at all stages of development, as highlighted in the Youth Physical Development Model developed by Lloyd and Oliver. However, it is important to know that strength can be improved beyond normal growth and maturation, depending upon the intensity, volume, and duration of training. Importantly, strength development sessions should not simply be viewed as an addition to kids' training regimes, but as a replacement for other forms of training, such as endurance or skill-based training. This is to avoid overload and injury. Research has indicated that 2 to 3 sessions per week on non-consecutive days is most appropriate to develop strength in children. So how do we go about developing strength in children? The long-term strength training progressions can be seen on screen. For the purpose of this session, we'll focus on stage 1 and stage 2 as shown on the screen. As highlighted in section 4.2, stage 1 suggests that in young children, the focus of strength development should start with children learning the fundamentals. This includes learning how to manage their own body weight and to perform whole body movements, such as a squat, a lunge, push-up, crawl, in a controlled and coordinated manner. There are a wide variety of ways to include these types of exercises into your sessions, and the key is to keep it fun and challenging with plenty of variety. For example, the use of animal movements like the gorilla walk to develop a squat pattern, or the bear crawl to develop upper body and trunk strength. We can also build circuits, obstacle courses, make it fun. Bodyweight strength exercises will allow children to develop a foundation from which more advanced strength development work can be done. For instance, the inclusion of additional external load and resistance can be introduced as children progress through adolescence and into adulthood. After progressing from ground-based bodyweight exercises in stage 1, elastic bands, medicine balls, suspension training, and ultimately free weights, both dumbbells and barbells, may be introduced in stage 2. As youth becomes stronger and more technically competent, then higher intensity exercises such as weightlifting movements may be included. However, regardless of the type of strength exercise modality, performing the exercise with proficiency and correct technique is always the most appropriate way to make strength development advances at this stage. Therefore, it is recommended that when delivering strength sessions to youth, instruction and supervision should be provided by qualified adults who have an understanding of youth resistance training guidelines and who are knowledgeable of the physical and psychosocial uniqueness of children and adolescents. To summarise, it's important to include strength development as part of a training programme for children at all stages of development. Strength training for young children should first focus on their ability to manage their own body weight competently and to perform whole body movements before progressing onto adding additional external loads such as resistance bands and barbells. Regardless of age and stage of development, the focus on correct technique should always be a priority. Now it's time for you to think about how this plays out in your coaching context. Please move on to the reflective activities and remember to download the study guide for further information. See you soon.